Okay,
Nice.
we are officially recording. So, Jennifer Masters, I'm so glad that you are here with me today. Thank you.
Thanks
Um,
for having me.
Thanks for showing up, and I'm just excited to have this conversation with you because I've you've been to a few of my workshops and for CEs for counselors, and I always enjoy talking to you in the breaks and afterwards, and we've had a few connections in between. So this is this is exciting, just to have some time to get to know you a little better. And
Yeah.
thanks for being recorded.
Yeah, no problem. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking in the background.
I actually can't,
Okay,
so
great. Then
it's
I won't
good.
worry about it.
Yeah.
But if it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it.
Right, great.
Oh,
Well, tell people where, kind of the area where you are and what your practice is like, and just anything you want us to know about, your counseling and that kind of thing, and then we'll get into maybe some background. But let's start with now.
sure, sure. Yeah, and yes, I am a counselor. And I've
Uh-huh.
been to some of your continuing ed, which have been amazing and I've thoroughly enjoyed. And I love kind of making the little trek over to Athens. I'm in
Hmm.
Atlanta, so
Hmm.
I'm in Northeast Atlanta and Peachtree Corners area.
Hmm.
And I've been in this area, lived here since 1985, so
Hmm.
long time.
Yes.
Yeah, and have been working in counseling. My internship started in 2020, so
Okay.
this will be year six of doing the work, year five
Hmm.
officially.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. And so you came to counseling a little bit as a later career. And I'm
yeah,
so curious, like what your life looked like before that, and then what brought you to the decision to start. I mean, starting school later in life, I would imagine that would be, a big decision to make. And so what brought you to that?
yeah, so much. I think yeah, it is. It's a big change to go from being a stay-at-home mom
Hmm.
to a working woman like this.
Hmm.
When
Hmm.
I was in college, I majored in psychology. I was definitely had a couple of interests and was trying to pick a major, and I just went back to I met a psychologist in an internship when I was in another major,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it just kind of helped me connect the dots of I love listening to people. I love hearing their stories. They seem to
Mm.
oftentimes tell me, um, I've never told anyone this before. Um,
Yeah.
and I just felt like I think I'm good at that. But then
Hmm.
I graduated and met Prince Charming, and
Hmm.
my dream of my heart was to have a family. And
Hmm.
so I
Hmm.
met him. I was working in my parents' business, so I wasn't in counseling at all and was pretty busy. And then I started having babies.
Right. And
And
that'll take up your time in your life.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
didn't want to miss a moment.
of
So I
course.
wanted to
Yes.
be there. And I'm thankful that I was able to be. I was able to make that
Hmm.
choice and give my full attention. I think something about
Hmm.
me that I know about myself is that I'm slow and methodical. I like to do one thing at a
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
have a girlfriend who has nine kids.
Wow. Yeah.
We had our first three together and then I
And
stopped.
she kept going.
Going and she's amazing and
Yeah.
that's not me. I'm
Hmm.
like I felt like that's really all I can handle. And then
Right.
yeah, so as they were growing up and as they were moving on, we had our last one in high school. My husband is a amazing supporter and encourager, and
Hmm.
he started talking with me about what he want to do next.
Hmm.
And I was actually looking into other things,
Hmm.
um, but the the thing that really spurred me to take this step to go back to school specifically for counseling was when our youngest son was 16.
Hmm.
He went through something at school that was really traumatic, and
Mm.
the school counselor was so amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
a lifesaver, incredible. And it just brought back to me the dream of helping other people walk through
Mm.
difficult times, being there,
Hmm.
listening, supporting, all of those
Hmm.
things. Um,
Hmm.
and I felt like I want to do that for other people.
Hmm.
And so I think it's kind of one of those things like, why do firemen want to run in burning buildings? You
Right.
know,
I love that,
not
Jennifer.
everybody
It's
wants to do that. So
yes.
I'm like, that's something I'm built for. I love it. And
Yeah.
so I went back to school.
I think this is why I love doing these interviews because when I talk to other counselors, like you're speaking my language. Like I'm going,
Right.
yes, that's such a
Yeah.
great analogy. Like why would a firefighter go into a burning building? And I have people say that to me about counseling, like, why would you sit around and listen to people's problems and traumas and pains all day?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love it sounds like the heart of it for you is really this is being able to help people, being able to help people move out of that burning building,
Yeah.
to find a place where they can be more settled. I mean, that's what fuels me too.
Hmm.
Um, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah,
It's so rewarding. And not everybody, is picture perfect.
of
Like they
course.
come see me, I help them. It's beautiful and magical.
Of
But
course.
a lot of times it is. And
Yeah.
um, so, life is messy, people are messy,
Hmm.
it's and I go back and forth all the time of do I want to do this? But
Yes, I
at
think
the
that's
same time as
normal.
like
Yeah.
I love it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. And I'm curious, I know you and I share this. We share a common faith and solid foundation in that spiritual rootedness. And I wonder how
Yeah.
that informs
Hmm.
your work and do yeah, just how does that inform your work? How does that show up or not in the therapy room?
Yeah, that's a huge question. And
Hmm.
I have so many things to say about it. And lots of things I wrestle with um,
Sure.
now because in school, um, just the training and the teaching about it's all about the client. It's not about me. At the same
Hmm.
time, I have to be, I have to know myself really well. And so there's so
Hmm.
much work of self-reflection. And I think about like my faith is the most important thing to me. And
Hmm.
I came to faith at a very young age.
Hmm.
I love my relationship with God.
Hmm.
It's the thing that, gives me meaning and purpose and joy and
Hmm.
life. And at the same time, coming into the counseling room,
Hmm.
I don't advertise myself as a Christian counselor.
Hmm.
I kind of have this, my heart's desire is to meet whoever I feel like God's at work. I feel like I ask him when I got into counseling.
Hmm.
There's a Bible verse that was just kind of this is my mission statement. And
Hmm.
it's Ephesians 2:10 that I am
Hmm.
God's workmanship. He made me
Hmm.
in Christ Jesus for good works that he planned beforehand for me to do. And so I'm going into it trusting him that he's got a plan and that he's going
Hmm.
to asking him to bring the people. And so
Yeah, love
I'm
that.
very open to whoever wants to come. And I have had people of all faiths, maybe not
Hmm.
every single faith, but people of a varieties of faiths come to me.
Hmm.
And I am trained with, additional classes. The school I went to, I had in-depth additional classes on how to integrate faith into counseling, how to address
Hmm.
issues of faith in counseling, all kinds of stuff. I kind of felt like, are you preparing me to meet with seminary students? Like how and pastors? Like this is really
Right.
um like, do I need this level of training?
Hmm.
But all of it has helped me to think about, how do I want to show up and how do I best help this person? Because they bring,
Yeah,
multiple, we are complicated people. We have
for sure.
different things that contribute to this one thing that brings you to
Hmm.
counseling,
Hmm.
and so I try to meet them where they are, and I don't advertise myself as a Christian. But I do
Yeah.
have a question in my intake form about, do you have a faith and would you like to incorporate it into counseling? And if they
Hmm.
say no,
Hmm.
then I honor that and meet
Yeah,
them where they are. That doesn't mean I'm not going to ask them questions if they bring things up. Like if they
sure.
bring things up like, yeah, I remember, this priest one time did this thing to me, we're going to talk about it,
Yeah,
they
for
bring it up.
sure.
Um,
Of course.
but I do go back and forth with wanting to share this
Hmm.
beauty that I've found, and not
Hmm.
everybody, and also meeting the clients where they are.
Yeah, yeah. So important. So important. I share kind of a very similar philosophy and have a similar thing on my intake form. And yeah, and it is I love how you're describing this. We are all so complex, and there's so many different things that contribute to the maybe the one or two reasons why somebody's walking through your door, and really holding that framework.
Right.
It's really a holistic model. It sounds like, and
Yeah.
really trying to meet somebody where they're at. So I imagine, Jennifer, you take really good care of the people who walk through your door, just from
Oh,
what you're
I
saying.
hope
Sounds like,
so. Hope so.
yeah,
I scored
yeah.
really high on the Neo on conscientiousness.
I love that. Yeah,
And
yeah,
for anybody who's watching this and doesn't know what the Neo is,
yeah,
it's an assessment that, in counseling school, in the master's program, and I know you know this, that we do so much self-reflection, and the reason
yeah.
is so that when we've dealt with all our stuff, and then when someone comes in and maybe they are telling me something I went through, and I don't get triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so one of those things is to do these personality assessments so you can really know yourself. And the Neo
Right,
goes back to this, they call it the big five,
right.
of personality. And one of them is it's conscientiousness, which is,
I love
that
that.
I want to do a good job. I want to, really
Mm-hmm.
take good care. And I think I grew up, there's so much that built that into me. I don't know if it's nature
Mm-hmm.
or nurture on that.
Right. Sure. Sure. Probably a little of both, I
Probably
would
a little of
imagine.
both.
Usually is. Usually is. Well, and that's so neat that you went to a graduate school that had that emphasis, because I actually did. I went to one that didn't have that emphasis. The emphasis was really research and studying, and that was lacking for me. But my own journey led me to more self-reflection, and but I totally agree. I think that is just a huge component of showing up as a therapist, in our best way of knowing ourselves.
I
Yeah.
think that maybe in some ways, I did actually start a master's program way
Mm-hmm.
back when in the 1990s when I
Mm-hmm.
first graduated from college. But I dropped because it wasn't my main focus was being a wife and mom and supporter.
Yeah. Sure.
Um, and so, I did have a few classes, and then coming back to it, there's just, so many more requirements now. There's so many
Mm-hmm.
theories, there's so much to learn.
Yes.
It was drinking from a fire hose,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I do feel grateful
Mm-hmm.
for that
Mm-hmm.
because I did get so much training and education. because it's current, it's
Yes.
just few years ago, so I've got
Right.
all the up to date. And I know we do continuing education.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
requirement. But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that when I started the program, it
Mm-hmm.
was 2018.
Yeah.
Um, I remember my first semester, I didn't want to do too much that would take me away from my family.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I only took two classes, and
Right.
I did one online class and one in person. I remember meeting with
Mm-hmm.
my advisor and saying, I'm not sure I want to do an online class. At the time,
Yeah.
it was not very prevalent, you know.
Right. Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
the advisor was like, well, why don't you just try it? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did, and I did not like the format at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, I want to
Yeah.
be in person. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I won't do any more online classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
joke's on me.
Right.
So
Then you
then,
had to.
yeah, my
Mm-hmm.
last year and a half
Mm-hmm.
was 2020 graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all online for a little while. And
Right.
I got that training of starting online with doing
Mm-hmm.
counseling. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've got that training to be able to do it. And I wouldn't have in the same way if I had
Right.
done it in the 1990s,
For sure.
you
For
know?
sure. And do you see clients online now, or is it mostly in person or a little of both? Mm-hmm.
I find that because I have lived in the community I'm in for so long, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of word of mouth, and a lot of people do see me in person. That's the
Mm-hmm.
majority. But I also
Mm-hmm.
have clients who are online. And
Yeah.
then there are some who, I have a couple, I've had several that have found me one way or another, and they are in a small city in Georgia,
Yeah.
job that they have.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to see someone in their city
Mm-hmm.
and for different reasons. And so for them, we've always met online
Right.
and that seems to work.
Right, right. That's
Yeah,
great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Similar. Yeah. My preference is always in person, but have a handful still online and for similar reasons, like
right,
just out of
right,
town and just want the privacy. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I'm wondering, what would you say is like either your ideal client or who you love to work with, or even kind of your approach, like how you different skills or modalities that you might draw from.
hmm I really love structure, and so I've always been really drawn to CBT, cognitive behavior.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And but I had an instructor who, we were taught interpersonal therapy also, which is
Hmm.
very here and now. And I think growing up as a Southern girl,
Hmm.
there are things that are polite to say and things that are
Hmm.
not polite to say.
Right, right, right.
Like bringing something up here and now, like,
Yeah.
being very real, that it was a stretch for me, but I also there's a lot of value in it and I really like it.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but I do love structure. I love the cognitive behavioral approach, a very practical, like if you have anxiety,
Hmm.
let's,
Hmm.
I do want to look at, it's a part of it to get history and look at control
Yeah.
factors, but also like what are the practical ways to resolve it?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
what are practical steps you can take? And I do
Yeah.
like,
I can appreciate that. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's interesting. Like whatever problem they bring, I've kind of been trained in that how to figure out that treatment plan, how to figure out what
right.
is this, how to identify and diagnose, that's
Hmm.
part of what we do and
Hmm.
and create treatment plans from there. But I love just I think listening is like
Hmm.
the key.
For sure. For sure.
Doing that well
Hmm.
is a part of any approach.
Yes, for sure. There's some, yeah, that old adage of, the main thing for therapy is just the relationship, right? No matter what we're skilled in or modalities or tools, it's just the connection because that's what is healing. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
what the research shows,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so who do you find usually, that you maybe is usually walking through your door, or maybe that you're really drawn to working with, like a certain population or a certain person who's struggling with certain things, or is it all over the gamut?
Mhm. It's a little bit of everything. I think that something that I love is most people do have some type of trauma.
Sure.
Um, helping them write their trauma narrative,
Yeah.
helping them
And being able to integrate. Yeah.
transform what happened in the past so that it no longer has the effect on them and they can be free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I love that. So that's more of an adult issue, but I also see kids. I
Oh,
started,
I didn't know that, Jennifer. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I love kids. And I started out, kind of saying, this is my focus.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, so I think that not everybody sees kids. And
Hmm.
so I do have, but it is extra work
Hmm. Hmm.
because there are multiple people I'm talking with. The
Right.
parents, a lot of times there are consultations with
Hmm.
different professionals like school counselors,
Hmm.
pediatricians, um, psychiatrists. And
Yeah.
so um, I do probably half my caseload are
Okay.
are 18 and under. There's
Uh-huh.
there's some high school kids,
Hmm.
and I see elementary all the way down,
Hmm.
and I
hmm
think they're precious, and I love helping them.
Now, you said you started out that way. What introduced you to working with kids?
I think that, I mean, I've always loved kids.
Hmm.
I've volunteered in different
Hmm.
ways with kids throughout my life in
Uh-huh.
college, and I taught 3-year-old music.
Okay. Oh,
I have
neat.
music background. My family has
Yeah.
music
Uh-huh.
background, and I used to sing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was always involved in that. So that was a lot. That's a lot of fun teaching 3 year
Hmm.
olds music.
Right.
Um, and I've
Neat.
homeschooled my youngest for
Okay.
third, fourth, and fifth grade. He had dyslexia.
Yep.
He was
Hmm.
diagnosed with dyslexia in second grade.
Hmm.
It was diagnosed too late in the year to get him
Hmm.
in to the right schools for the fall.
Right.
So my husband encouraged me. He's like, "Why don't you
Hmm.
homeschool?" I said, "I can't
Hmm.
homeschool," and
Hmm.
he encouraged me, and it was awesome. And
Yeah. Yeah.
now I think being exposed to that,
Hmm.
teaching, and we were part of a group, and
Hmm.
I for 2 years taught like language arts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did get certified in Orton Gillingham, which is the
Oh, neat.
remediation to help kids with
Yeah.
a big difference.
Okay. Hmm.
So I think that's something that I do put in my bio is
Hmm.
helping with learning differences. That's something I have
Hmm.
experience with. Um, so I just have a heart for kids. I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that youngest kid is going to medical school next year.
Wow. Congratulations. Oh,
Yeah,
proud mama.
I'm
Yes.
pretty proud of him. I'm proud of all three of my kids. They're all pretty
Yes.
amazing and
Yeah.
doing amazing things.
Sure.
But I am, talking about working with kids and
Yeah.
but that I've just always enjoyed it. And I know that not
Hmm.
everybody does. It's not
Hmm.
their thing. Um, but I love it.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
do that, but I also do see adults. At the beginning, I was really taking um, whenever somebody reaches out, I remember
Hmm.
one of my professors talking about describing, you'll do a little consultation with them and you'll know if it
Hmm.
fits your scope of practice
Yeah. Right.
and if it's in the realm of things that I do and if it's a good fit. And I thought, oh my gosh, how can you know that in just a few minute
Mm-hmm.
conversation? But you really can. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's, I'll have that 15-minute conversation and it's pretty clear. I
Mm-hmm.
can I think talking with them, I can see the path to them getting well. And,
Yes.
and I'm like, and I describe how I can help
Mm-hmm.
them and how this fits,
Mm-hmm.
or I refer them.
Right.
So I
Right.
have had several couples. I've had, I think also I'm 56,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been through a lot of life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Have a
Right.
lot of life experience. I've had a
Mm-hmm.
well-rounded training. I don't specialize. There are things I don't specialize in, like eating disorders.
Mm-hmm.
An addiction. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
not I'm probably not the right person to focus on that.
Right.
But maybe for a family member who's struggling with, has another family member that has an addiction,
Yeah. Sure.
um, those types of things. So
Sure.
I kind of
Mm-hmm.
see
Mm-hmm.
people of all ages.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And there's something a thread that I have heard really throughout the way that you're talking just or this whole time of there's I have a sense of you really confident and settled in knowing who you are and what your strengths are and what your preferences are and I really love structure. I really love CBT. I wanted to be home with my kids and you didn't question that. I went later to school in life because that was the right time. I'm great with kids. I don't see eating disorders, but I can support somebody who's maybe has a family member there. And I really appreciate that as I'm listening to you. And I imagine that I don't know that would really serve you well in serving your clients. Just knowing like here's my gifts, here's my strengths, and here's the limitations, and I'll refer this out. I mean, do you know that about yourself? Do you?
This is beautiful for you to say, and I wondered if this was going to happen. I think you're really good at what you do, and
Hmm,
you're listening to me, you're really hearing me and reflecting back, what you're hearing, and it's life changing. It's
yeah.
changing. I
Oh.
think, I struggled a lot with am I good enough to do this? Can I do this?
Hmm.
And I think, what
Hmm.
I hear you saying is, um, you know, that uh, yes, it's happened. The butterfly has come out of the cocoon.
Yes. Yes.
Like all the worries I had when I graduated,
Right.
I am. How did that happen? I'm confident and settled, but I think
Right.
it's the experience of doing the work. But, when I
For
first
sure.
started a few years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, this is, overwhelming. At the same time, I know I can do this, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it was I I did get on the edge of burnout. I was
Sure.
thinking about it all the time, reading,
Yes. Yeah.
studying,
Yeah.
wanting to do my best. And
Right.
yeah, I think that as I've been doing this work, I have become more confident and
Mm-hmm.
I've worked really hard to
Mm-hmm.
become more confident and competent and figure things out.
Right. Right. I love
Last
that.
last year, I'm a big goal setter.
Mm-hmm.
There's the structure. And
Mm-hmm.
leading into 2025,
Mm-hmm.
I watched a video and I was really struck by the question, do I enjoy what I do?
Mm-hmm.
I know I do love this work, but I put a lot of work into it. It's, um, hard work, but do
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it? And so
Mm-hmm.
I really explored, what do I enjoy about this and focused
Yeah.
on that. And I think
Right.
in 2025, I really got
Mm-hmm.
clear about what I enjoy about it and how
Mm.
to enjoy it, how to prepare myself beforehand and stay in my own joy
That's so
and
great.
not stay in just thinking about clients,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
trying to problem solve and working on it, but letting myself, disconnect and enjoy
Yeah,
my life.
right. And that's such a skill, isn't it? Yeah,
Mhm.
it feels like an ongoing learning with, of how to do that.
Yeah, because I
Hmm.
care and I want to worry about them all the
Hmm. Right, for
time.
sure. Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't be in this field.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. I think I do enjoy it, and I do feel like I'm partnering with God in the work that I
Mm,
do.
I
I
love
feel His
that.
hand on me. I feel Him leading me. I pray about
Mm,
everything. Um, yeah,
mm. Yeah, Jennifer, that brings some tenderness to my own heart because I can relate to that when I can get really quiet. I think, oh wow, I get to be. I have this opportunity to be a part of what I believe is God's sanctification process in people.
yeah,
What? We get to partner with God and the Holy Spirit to doing that? That is holy, holy work.
yes.
And it doesn't have a lot of words. We put all these technical skills and things, but when you get down to that like bottom piece, like that is like the essence of it. And it's so humbling. Do you find it humbling?
It's really special, and I think
Yeah.
we keep and hold private all these things, and like only God knows, you know. So I think that is a
Yeah.
to share with
Hmm.
him. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it is very, very precious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad you're naming that because it is something I definitely often walk with. And Athens is a small, I like to say it's a small, big town.
Yeah.
So, I've got clients everywhere. Like I'll walk into a place, I'm
Right.
like, oh, there's somebody I know, in just different situations. But I
Right.
think, what a precious thing that I get to still hold this tenderness that they've offered me, these tender, vulnerable places, and then still, be able to carry on a, how you doing? How's your family? Conversation in this other setting. And
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of dual relationships, but a few I do. And but those are the moments that I remember, like, oh, this is a person living out in the world, doing the things we all do, and there's this tenderness that
Yeah.
I've gotten to be exposed to that is precious, private,
Mhm.
yeah, all the things. So thanks for naming that. That's really,
Yeah.
really powerful, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, okay. I had two other questions that popped in my head, so I don't want to forget them. I'm writing one down so I don't forget. But um, the first one is I'm remembering the last time we spoke,
Mhm.
you were just kind of exploring. Am I going to do a group? Am I going
Mm.
to do some teaching? I know you had been doing, some newsletters, I think emails and stuff. And I still haven't gotten one. I don't know if you put me on
Oh,
your list or if
I'm
I went to
making
my
note of that.
spam. But I'd love to see those. So I'm wondering where you are in that whole process.
Yeah, yeah. I do have some updates.
Yeah.
Um, I think, the first, um, I do have a newsletter, but I didn't do one for December and I haven't done one for January yet.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, those are busy months.
yeah, yeah, I think there's a lot of transition happening for me right now.
Mhm.
I think I hear that a lot. Maybe a lot of people are in that state. But for me, I am getting ready to, spoiler, move to a new office.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, this will be the announcement of that. I've,
There we
I've
go.
talked with the other counselors I work with
Hmm.
and wanted to tell them first and started moving
Sure.
some clients. So I'm working on like getting that message out. I'm just moving like a mile from where
Okay.
I am. But
Uh-huh.
the space will have a receptionist,
Oh,
and
nice.
there's cleaning in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was looking for coming in and interacting with people a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In
Mm-hmm.
the space I'm in now, I often come in and, I turn the lights on and maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one there. And some of the other counselors, maybe they're in their rooms with their doors shut with other
Sure.
um, people, and they're busy, and as we all are. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving
Mm-hmm.
into a space where I know some of the other tenants.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll be great. So that's a big change
Yeah.
coming up. It's a big step
Okay.
for me. I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I am going to continue the newsletter. I will get that
Uh-huh.
to you.
I'd
Um,
love to see it. Yeah.
yeah, I when I first, got that full licensure and
Uh-huh.
launched J Masters Counseling,
Mm-hmm.
but I stayed in the same room, you know,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
space. So it wasn't a big change for my clients.
Yeah.
I had a friend whose daughter graduated from UGA
Mm-hmm.
um, with a master's in marketing, and
Mm-hmm.
she hadn't gotten a job yet. And so she worked with me, and we would meet once a week, and I was creating lots of content, and we were doing
Nice.
social media. Like I created a 1 hour mini retreat. I created a
Oh, wow.
journaling thing. I created like all kinds of stuff because
Yes.
like that's fun. Um,
Yeah.
and um, but getting it out to people or letting people know it's there. I think, my marketing person did get a job. She got a real job,
Mm-hmm.
a full-time job. So she's been helping me with the newsletter, but she's pretty busy. So I think I need to
Right.
figure out maybe someone to help me with marketing because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
business person.
Sure. Sure. I know. We all, yeah. All of us therapists need that help. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, my main focus are the people that I see
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
individually, and so that's where my energy goes.
Sure.
And then,
Sure.
I'm a person. I have family with life events.
Right. Yeah. Well, that kind of leads me into my next question. What are things outside of the therapy room that really fill, you know, help fill your cup, help help you become, be a good therapist, but maybe that doesn't have anything to do with, therapy or CEs or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love my family.
Mm-hmm.
But I currently, my kids are older. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
my oldest one is turning 30
Oh,
in
wow.
next
Okay.
month and just
Uh-huh.
had a baby. So I'm a grandma.
Oh my goodness. The youngest grandma. You're,
It's the
yeah, you're so
best.
lucky. Yeah.
It's the
Hmm.
best, but they live about 6 hours away. So,
Okay.
you know, we're, spending time with them and seeing them is just awesome. And then
Uh-huh.
my middle son,
Hmm.
about a year and a half ago, moved all the way across the country to the West Coast.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
and I'm so happy for him. And
Yes,
he's thriving, but, I miss him terribly.
of course.
And unfortunately, he really likes it out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
and he met a girl and they're engaged. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's great. So I'm traveling out there as much as I
Yeah.
can, which
Hmm.
isn't that, isn't every weekend for sure.
Sure, sure.
But, staying in touch with him. And then
Hmm.
my youngest, is
Hmm.
is in
Hmm.
Athens. And
Okay.
so staying in touch with him, and he has a
Hmm.
wonderful girlfriend, and
Oh,
he's
nice.
doing amazing things, but he's getting ready to go to
Hmm.
medical school. That'll be about 6 hours away as well.
Hmm. Okay.
So,
Wow.
I'm just enjoying the empty nester phase with
Yeah.
my, and so we're doing something really fun tonight. We're going out with friends. We're gonna try the I Fly thing.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. One of my daughters has done that before. So fun.
I thought we were just gonna like this was a gift for someone else and we were just gonna watch them. And then he's like, "Hey, you need to watch this video." I'm like, "Why?" like, because you're doing it too. I'm like, ah. So,
Oh,
uh,
Jennifer, that's great. I love
so,
that.
my husband,
Grandma going flying.
yeah, he keeps my life interesting.
It sounds like it.
I love to be outdoors. I love nature. I love,
Mm-hmm.
um, I grew up playing golf. I'd like to get
Mm-hmm.
back to that a little more.
Oh, nice.
My
Yeah.
parents actually live in our neighborhood.
Oh, lovely.
I see them a lot and check on
Mm-hmm.
them and get phone calls to help them when their TV goes out or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right, right, right.
yeah, I think
Right.
and friends, trying to keep up with my friends because now that I'm at
Yeah.
this age and stage, we're not
Mm-hmm.
seeing each other as
Mm-hmm.
often because like our kids aren't going the same school. They're
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing things, so it takes work to
Mm-hmm.
just set up. Let's go to lunch, or let's
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
afternoon doing something together.
Right, right. You have to
Yeah,
be more conscientious of staying connected. Right,
yeah,
right. So,
yeah.
what would you say, Jennifer, is the one, maybe one or two things that keep you hopeful in this work, where we are listening to a lot of hurt? Because people don't walk through our door because they're saying, "Oh, I've got too much joy in my life."
Right.
They're
Yeah.
usually walking through saying, "I'm in so much pain." And so, what kind of helps you hold that candle of hope?
Yeah, I think it's important for me to keep the vision of
Hmm,
seeing their end result, seeing
I
them.
love that.
I also remember, like, I mean, it's so important to sit with them where they are. Like, that's a
Mm,
gift, and they need it because
hmm,
not everybody in not their friends and their family, it's too heavy for
hmm,
them to sit with it with them. So that's important. There's a balance with that,
hmm.
because I can't just be all joyful, like, hey,
Right,
I'm
right.
great,
Hmm.
it just that's something I've really had to work on when I came to grad
Yeah,
school is being like be in a medium calm space, ready to meet wherever
yes.
they are,
Yeah.
instead of just jumping off, bouncing off the walls with joy.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So, yeah, I
Right.
do have to keep that joy. One of the things I do is I'm not a morning person at all. Like
Hmm.
this is early for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
But
appreciate you meeting me this early. Yeah.
that's okay.
Uh-huh.
So I block the time and
Hmm.
then I don't see clients before noon.
Oh, good for you.
So I do
Yeah.
that. Those are things that I
Hmm.
help, keep the joy in my life and take breaks and travel. And it's easy to do
Hmm.
with kids that live all over.
Right. You have lots of places to visit, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. That's great. That's great. Again, something you know about yourself. Morning is not the time to see clients.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I feel
that's
like I've
great.
learned more about myself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
getting the mass, doing this work of counseling. There's so
Mm-hmm.
much self-reflection, but it's so good. It's
Yeah, yeah.
better to see reality and truth.
Right,
We don't want
right.
to. We want to like, oh, I don't want to look at that,
Yes, yeah.
but the more you do, the more you can move forward and step
Mm-hmm.
into what you really want.
Yes, yeah. And it seems to be the place too where we flourish. Like when we're trying to fight against, like, I should be a morning person,
Right,
or I
right.
should be, not just this or that. Then it's not a place where we thrive. It's when we accept and see, how we're created, who we are, what our gifts are, what our limitations are. That's where then we can take deep breaths and really be of service too. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I'm now seeing your dog in the background. Sweet boy. Is it boy or girl?
Bear, that's Bear.
Bear.
Boy.
So cute.
Honey, we're gonna go for a WALK next.
Okay, gotcha.
I
Good
can't
for
say the
you.
word.
Yes, I love
Um,
it. I love
yeah,
it. He knows the
I
word.
love hanging
Uh-huh.
out with my little pets. They're great.
Yeah, that's great. You have more than one?
I have a cat too. We have a
Okay.
And every morning when I do sit in my chair and have that time of reading and journaling and praying, um, the cat gets in my lap and snuggles.
Hmm.
It's the best.
Oh, that's
Love it.
great.
I love
That's
it.
so good. Oh, that's great. Well, Jennifer, is there anything else that you can think of that you would either want to, tell me or that I haven't asked yet? Um, let's,
Yeah, no, I think, if anybody sees this and they want to find me for any reason,
yes.
yeah, then J Masters Counseling, just
Okay.
type that in the search and my
All
website will
right.
come up and
Great.
all my
And I'll,
contact information is there. But I do stay full. I'm,
yeah.
you know, but there's always,
Hmm.
people meeting goals. So, but I love that, they'll come to me at the right time. If
Hmm.
it's, you know, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to say thank you. This is fun. I love
Yes.
talking with you and
Likewise. Yes.
giving, and thanks for
Hmm.
doing this. This is fun.
Yeah. Thank you. And I'll let you know when it comes out. It'll probably come out sometime in February.
Okay.
And I will definitely put your website in the description and all that good stuff.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. So I do have one last
Okay.
question for you. I like to ask everybody, and I always say this is really for my benefit.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there any, I'm always looking, so I'm always looking for off the beaten path music of
Uh-huh.
of faith. So in
Okay.
other words, not something that
Oh,
you would hear on the radio because
okay.
I those to me are just not my thing.
Oh, well,
So
I
I'm
have the
always,
solution for you.
you've got what?
I have the solution for
Oh,
you.
tell me. Tell me.
Um, so my middle son is a he's a musician. Um, I mean, he does it on the side for fun. Um,
Yep.
he every time that I'm with him or get in his car, he's playing, and I'm like, "What is that?"
Oh,
Um,
that's
so
great.
I will ask him for a list.
Please do send it to me. And what I'll do is I'll put it in the description.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like to share it with folks. So
Mhm.
yeah, send me
Yeah.
a couple, even just a handful of
Yes.
songs.
He
Yeah.
also he also creates music, and he's got some of the things he's created are more of the background, not
Hmm.
melodic type of
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
You can find him under Dogg Jaw.
Okay.
I think it's DOGGJAW, Dog Jaw. And the
Okay.
symbol of
Write
it,
it down.
I don't know if he's still got this or not, was the dog that he previously had.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
um, so
Sweet.
I guess it's like DJ
Hmm.
Jockey Dog Jaw. I'm not sure exactly how he came up with the name. He's
Gotcha.
creative. He's very creative.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes, very alternative types of music, and
That's what I love.
he
That's
is
what I love. Well,
so
good. Well, when you send them to me, I'll put them in the description. Yeah.
okay. Great.
All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank
So
you, Evelyn.
lovely. I'd love to like stay in touch.
Of course.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Take good care.
You
Okay.
too. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. You too.
Bye.